Hi guys, welcome to the UX training. Now we are at module 3, wireframing and layout, and now we are going to discuss Figma Basic, which the tool we use for all the UI design, creating system component and variables and color palette and typography and all the layout. We also use FigJam for wireframing. Uh, First, let's recap what we have learned so far. So as you can see, we did wireframing basic sketches with FigJam, and that is where you learned why not to waste a lot of time creating wireframes. You can still create beautiful wireframes using FigJam, or you can just create with using hand-drawn sketches on a white paper. But I love both. I do both. I create these wireframes on FigJam mostly, or any tool which is like a whiteboard, like Miro or any other tool. But these came out really well. So we are designing an application for bike servicing booking, and users can book a bike servicing from this mobile app. And so we have basically designed wireframes for let's say dashboard, registration, sign in, OTP login, and the basic form, the basic booking form. And I think let's see how this can help you create a better wireframe. I hope you guys enjoy creating wireframe. And now we are next we are going to learn Figma basic and auto layout. So until now we have been working on FigJam, but now it's time to move to Figma design tool, wherein you learn the layer structure and also Figma auto layout, and what is auto layout and how it works and how it can help you structure your files better and do a better UI design. And I think this is really going to be incredible. So let's dive into it. So let's get into Figma, and let's start creating those. Let's start understanding what is Figma first, and then let's start creating a structure, and let's also understand auto layout and how it works. Okay. So we'll go into this file wherein we created user persona, and so left side what you can see is more like a layer panel, wherein first you have the menu, and then you have file and asset. In file you can see the number of pages and all the layers. In asset you can find the components you have created, and you can go to the library and you can enable libraries. Some libraries are uh, uh, sourced by plugins and Figma, or community designers community, and you can create your own libraries as well. So let's go into file, and these are the pages. You can name your pages properly, like how I have named persona. I can create another page called system design, where that is where we will build our component, and then also we'll create one more page called learning, wherein we will learn about auto layout. So these are basically layers. You can see these layers. Let me go back here. You can see these layers. As you hover on these layers, you can see in the file something is getting highlighted. Okay. All right. So let's come back here. Here you can see the toolbar. This is a selector tool, and you can also use hand tool and a scale tool. This is frames. Frames we use for creating frames for mobile, web, or any other type of frame. Let it be PowerPoint or any type of frame. Section we use to divide between functionalities. Slice, we don't use it anymore. We used to use it at the time of Photoshop, but slice is more not usable these days because you can directly export code from Figma itself. And then you have shape. Shape, you can use this shape for placing an object, creating an object, or just importing an image or a video onto your file. Lines and arrows and polygon and everything. Pen tool, you have pen tool you can use to create a custom shape within Figma, like how we used to do it in Illustrator. And I think Figma is becoming more and more competent in towards creating illustrations as well. So that is something to look forward to. And then you have text tool. You can write text and you can create your text library. Then you have comment. Comment is used by comment, annotation, and measurement. So comment and annotation. Measurement is just you can measure your design file and layers. A comment is basically for your managers and between you or from client. You get comment. You can rectify those comments. Comments are like tasks and changes and all of that. Annotation you can give use for developers to guide them to write file or write asset. And then you have more like a search bar kind of a tool wherein you can search plugins and you can search other tools like table generator, or you can find shortcuts. And then you can move between three different kind of structure within Figma. Draw, which is like you can use for illustration and all of that, with paint tool, and you have more shape. And then you have development dev mode, which can help you get the code of that specific file. Okay, so that is about Figma. And let's first understand structure of any application you design. Any, let's say it's a mobile application or a web application, any application you design. What is the UX structure of that application or that page? Before we go into a deep structure, let's first understand auto layout. And also, I think I'm forgetting something. We have to understand the right side. So right side, you see you have toolbar, which is design and prototype. As soon as you select layer, it gives you more option like alignment, position, auto layout, appearance, fill, stroke, effect, layout, and export. We will understand each of them one by one once we go deep dive into the design. Then you have prototype, which can help you animate between one page to another, transition between one page to another. So now let's go and understand auto layout. Okay, so I'll take one frame. Basically, there are three different kind of layouts within Figma, or if you understand programming, you can understand this better. But if you understand this, it will help you understand programming language as well. So let's understand auto layout. So first you have a generic frame, normal frame, and then you have auto layout frame. Then you have auto layout frame with absolute position. So let's understand each of them. So you can see all of them right now look same in terms of iconization. Let's convert them. The second one is an auto layout frame. You can convert this by shift A. You have to go back to design, and you can also convert this by you can go to layout and you can see this icon. You can click on it and it will convert into auto layout. And let's go to another one that is also an auto layout. So let's convert this as well. So let's understand normal frame first. So in normal frame, it's like a free form. You can put so let's see. I took a circle, and when I'm hovering over this normal frame and I draw, it will draw inside that tree structure of this normal frame. What it means is, it is when I'm drawing over it, it is drawing inside that specific um, frame. And in normal frame, you can move this object inside anywhere without any constraint, without any restrictions, and it will be placed there. But if you are in auto layout, generic auto layout, if you place an object, it will work, it will be placed according to the 9 positions it has been given. So you can see, when I select this, I get this option wherein there is first is flow, this is wrap, and then you have vertical. This is a free form. Free form means if you have more than, let's say, one object, it will go side by side. And let's remove something. Let's make it free form. No, not free form. It converts it into a normal frame. Let's go back to auto layout and let's change the size. Let's keep it fixed position, fixed width, so we don't have that problem of changing the size. Okay, so that converts into a normal frame, and this converts into basically, we'll have one more, and let's make it little bigger, and then select this, and then you can use this to equally divide between grid. Also, I think we are missing wrap somewhere. I think it will come up. So it's basically a grid system, and you can divide that. How many grids do you want? If you want, let's say, 5 grid, it will divide into 5 grid. If you want, let's say, 2 grid, it will divide into 2 grid. Okay, and it will also give you the gaps and everything. But let's go back to normal frame. Okay, so when you are in horizontal, you can wrap it. Okay, so that's what we are missing. Wrapping means, if you have multiple elements within this specific auto layout frame, it will auto adjust its position. And if you are in either in vertical or horizontal, uh, it will directly go vertical or it will go horizontal. In horizontal, you have a wrap, but in vertical, you don't have wrap because it will always go vertical. Then you have width. So you can have in width, you have fixed position. So if you are inside an element, let's say this, this can have a fixed position, fill container, or more. So let's create one more auto layout inside it. Let's first understand auto layout. Okay. So if you see this and this vertical, there are a specific 9 positions within auto layout. It will place the element. Let's imagine we have only one element, and according to auto layout, it will only place within this specific 9 positions, with a gap between each element decided, a padding of the parent element. So auto layout frame is parent frame, and eclipse is a child. So if you can see padding, it's left and right and top and bottom, uh, and you can have different padding for each side. So this is what happens. This is this circle is auto layouted by its auto layout parent frame, and it can only be adjusted to these specific 9 positions. But let's say you take this circle inside this specific auto layout frame with another auto layout, and I duplicate this circle, make this red in color and make it a little smaller. Let's adjust everything to center, and let me make this circle a little smaller. Okay, now we are trying to understand absolute position within auto layout. So let's imagine you have more than one element, any of the other element, any element you can make absolute position, and you can tell it to ignore auto layout and work as a free form. So what you can do is you can select that object and you can make it an absolute position. So absolute position will ignore the auto layout and you can move around anywhere. This can be used for creating logos, or when you have notification and you want to put something on top of somewhere, and you can change that position from here. If you want this circle to be down, you can use your arrow, or you can just shift this top and bottom. Okay, so that is the difference between normal layer, auto layout frame, and auto layout frame with absolute position. Now we will go little in depth about understanding padding and everything, and fill and hug positions. So let's create a button for an example. Button. So I have a text and I'll make it auto layout. I'll put it inside auto layout. Okay, so layout, I want to put it inside an auto layout. Okay, I cannot. So you can generally put anything under auto layout by pressing shift A. So I have pressed shift A and now it's under a auto layout frame, and let's call it button. So I'll just make it larger for you to understand, and let's bring it inside a normal frame so it is more visible, and we can give it some color. We can use fill to add some color. Let's add a normal color here. So you can see this frame, this button is a parent frame of button. Okay, so if I make this button little larger, which is fixed width here, resize it, and this button and position I can keep it center or anywhere, and this button I can change the size of it accordingly. Let's right now it is using hug, but I can do fill. So when I do fill, it takes the whole space, leaving the padding from top and bottom, and whatever I type, it will fill till there and it will come down. Okay, but with hug, let's say I'll create one more. With hug, it will only take the space from its child, its on space, uh, its on padding and margin, or left bottom padding. But if I make it fill, it will take the space from parent. You can see, and then you can make the text center or whatever. Now, as you have understood the difference between fill and hug, that you can apply the same thing to height. If we do fill for this, it will take the whole space, and if we do hug, it will take the space from the child, which is button itself. The same goes with height. Either you can have hug, fill, or you could have fixed height. So normally, like hug is okay, but you can also apply fill, which is top to bottom, and you can so this will get adjusted to according to this. Even if I would not be able to do fill here because this is not an auto layout. It needs to be an auto layout in order to put in fill. So I hope you understood the difference between normal frame, auto layout frame, and auto layout frame with absolute position, wherein you have uh, an object which is inside an auto layout and one object which is ignoring the auto layout. So we are going to learn more in detail about this, and I think that is going to help you understand the structure better. Uh, uh, let's see, there is one more thing I would like to discuss within this frame. So one important aspect of this design process is having a proper structure for your for let's say app design. So let's say for an example, if I take iPhone screen and I'm going to design home screen here. I'm just explaining that what should be my structure. So in generic, you have three main verticals within a screen. One, you have header, let's call it header, which is auto layout. Let's make it an auto layout, and let's change the color just for the sake of it, 222, just to understand how it works. Let's also make this auto layout and use this as fill, and let's remove the padding from here, and we can use the padding within the header itself, which is 10 and 10 that is happening. And then you have body. I just duplicated the header itself and I made a body. We need to have some gaps, so there is a gap which is 10, and then body can be filled by height and filled by container as well. And then you have other part which is bottom navigation. Bottom navigation generally stays as an absolute position, so let's make it a different color just for the sake of it and create an absolute position for it, and generally it stays on the bottom side. So I have aligned it to the bottom, and I can move, I can decrease let's say minus 20 from here to keep it aligned, and I can also give padding, 10 padding is there, and I can decrease the width a bit. So this is bottom and this is header. So in generic, your layout has to have not has to have, but there are you have to follow a specific pattern, a specific layout rules to make your design better. Let's call it bottom, and that's what about Figma basic, auto layout, and how auto layout works, and how your mobile should be structured. So we are going to learn more about it, and let's see what we have next in the chapter. So in next module 3, wireframe and layout, we are going to learn about design tokens and visual structure. Design tokens are basically sizes, variables. You can also call it color, bright mode, dark mode as well. But you can also have tokens for sizes, uh, corners, paddings, and all of that. And you can make them appear on different places. So we are going to create those design tokens as well. So I hope you enjoyed this, and let's see you in the next course, next chapter.